This is Daniel Friedemann. I'm in Portage, Wyoming right now. I'm headed to Florida to make a delivery in Lakeland on Saturday. Coming from Minnesota this morning. But anyways, I was so excited when I got I was able to listen to part of the conference yesterday because I ended up, having to leave from picking up a load, and then I got in a bad area last night. Reception meeting. I wasn't able to listen to it, so I was frustrated. So I just went to sleep. I wanted to get up right away, get on the road, listen to the press conference of Jon the Chucky Gruden. Jon Gruden is back in black. That's right. I'm excited. I know how good of a coach Jon Gruden is. Now some people are saying, oh, well, Gruden's been out of the league. He hasn't coached in 8 years, and when he was with Tampa in the Super Bowl, he didn't do that good. Well, after he won the Super Bowl, there was 3 seasons where he won the division, and plus having to have Drew Brees in that division for a while, I think it would be tough to win that division, especially when Brees was in his prime there. But anyways, other than that, Gruden's a good coach, Also got to look at Tampa Bay. When he went to Tampa, other than Brad Johnson, he didn't really have a very good quarterback. He didn't have what you would call a franchise quarterback. But he still did, I thought he did decent with what he had, But he's back in the black. Back in black. And I'm excited. Jon Gruden, he got to be a broadcaster. He got to go to all the facilities of all 32 NFL teams. He got to talk to coaches. He got to talk to, certain players. He got to see how coaches coach and how coaches interact with general managers. Jon Gruden was not out of football. He was very well, and if not, I would say he was more into football than he was last time. Because he had a more of a oversee approach for the whole league, and he's still been getting up like at 3 in the morning every morning, watching film. He does that quarterback camp thing. He does. So if anything, Gruden has gotten better, I think, and great. I think he's even got a greater understanding of the game. And what Gruden's going to bring to the Raiders, Raider Nation? He's going to bring passion. He's going to bring passion, and he's going to bring his great X's and O's knowledge of offense and the quarterback, how a quarterback should play. Derek Carr is a good quarterback who can become great. This year, yeah, he regressed. But I'm sorry, but if you break like 3 bones in your back, I'm pretty sure that's going to affect your performance. I would say it's a combination of that, and he didn't have a very good X's and O's guy. Todd Downing was a first-time offensive coordinator. That hire by Jack Del Rio undid him. But they're even saying if the Raiders would have had a winning season, they probably would still have gone to Gruden because that's Mark Davis's favorite coach out there. That was his #1 guy. Once Al Davis passed away, he knew he had to get a football mind, and he was at the top of his list. So now he's got his top guy. He got my favorite guy, not just because growing up I watched Jon Gruden coach the Raiders to playoff victories. Probably would have won the Super Bowl the year of the Tuck. That was a fumble. I'm pretty sure we would have beat Pittsburgh because I think they had Cordell Stewart at quarterback. Rich Gannon would outscore that team. And we would have played the Rams in a shootout in the Super Bowl that year. Kurt Warner versus Rich Gannon. That would have been the dream Super Bowl. But it just didn't happen. But Jon Gruden didn't want to leave, but Al Davis traded him. Because, even Amy Trask used to be our CEO. She said that him and Gruden and Al Davis would butt heads all the time because they both have big egos. They both want control. So, Al Davis traded him once he got a crazy offer. And she told him not to trade him unless you're going to get someone better. Or at least just as good. But he didn't. So, we ended up going to Bill Callahan, and we know how that turned out. Got our butts kicked in the Super Bowl. Gruden kicked our butts. But we got Gruden back. We got our general. We got our pirate. We got our face of the franchise, Jon Gruden. So, if there were to be 2 faces of a franchise, it would be Gruden and Carr. So, how good of a combo Belichick and Brady are. Just wait. Just wait, people. Wait, Raider Nation, and wait, Raider haters, till you see Gruden and Carr. And Gruden said he will adapt his game to Carr. And he said Carr is more athletic than people think. So I expect Carr to scramble. I expect this year Carr to get his first career rushing touchdown this next season coming up. And I think Derek Carr is going to be in the race for MVP. If not, he'll take MVP. I really believe that. With that Derek Carr and Gruden just, Look what Gruden did to Gannon. He took a serviceable backup, made him an MVP, basically. Once he left, he was MVP the following year. But just imagine what Gruden did, you know. And now he's going to have Carr, a guy who's got a stronger arm. He can throw any pass, and he's got mobility to move around and scramble. So, you know, I'm expecting great things, Raider Nation. You're going to see a coach who's passionate, who gets in his players' faces, and a guy who knows X and O's. And he's calling the plays. We did hire Greg Olson. He'll be the offensive coordinator. Last time he didn't have much weapons, but it's going to be kind of like getting 2 quarterback coaches because Gruden will call the plays. Also, the rumor is still out there that Rich Gannon could be his quarterback coach, which is kind of wait and see there. We got the Bengals defensive coordinator, who I hear is really aggressive. He gets after, you know, people, and now he'll have more talent on the Raiders defense. Which I'm hoping Gary Conley will be healthy. I'm assuming Gary Conley and TJ Carey will be the starting corners going next season. I'm pretty sure we'll move away from Sean Smith and might look for another corner in the draft to be the 3rd corner. And hopefully we'll sign Bowman, and we really need to get another good outside linebacker. We'll see what happens there. But Jon Gruden's back. I'm excited. This is so exciting that I feel like I just won the Super Bowl. Really, I'm glad we went 6-10, so we get a top 10 pick and Jon Gruden back. I mean, that's like double the win. Jon Gruden's a great coach. People could say he's overrated all you want. You don't know anything. You're a Raider hater. You can't see clearly. And I think Mike Shanahan would have did better if he never got rid of play calling. He got rid of his best trait. Became more of just overseeing the team when he was a head coach. But Jon Gruden, he knows his stuff, you know. So he's 54 years old. He's going to be with us for the next 10 years, I believe. And I'm expecting the Raiders to go far in the playoffs next season. Expecting us to win the division this time. And I expect the defense to be aggressive, kind of like they were when John Pagano took over. And but you know, some upgrades a little bit better, and I expect the Raiders offense to be back how it was, you know, the year before this season, but maybe even better than that because it's got more talent now. Only question is, how will Gruden and Lynch get along? Will Lynch be back? The question is, will Lynch and Crabtree return, or will we cut them both? I really like the running back out of Notre Dame. I hope we draft him. I'm thinking 2nd round pick. We can get him. 1st round, hoping we get a great defensive player, but boost our defense, give Max some help. We got to get Khalil Mack some help, and get a good franchise future running back. But other than that, I like the fact that the Raiders got Jon Gruden. They got my man. They got Chucky has returned. You know, he shows passion on the sidelines. If you watch highlights or games in the past when he coached, you would see his passion. You know, so he's going to be in this whole team, just bringing them swagger, and he just brings the energy in the room. You know, like a John Madden, like Charles Woodson does. So, you know, we'll see if Charles Woodson can become the defensive backs coach. It'll be interesting to see if that happens or not. But we'll be able to see what other positional coaches we hire. But I'm excited. You know. Raiders, we got a great coach. We got a great quarterback. I think, you know, as long as Carr is healthy and we have Jon Gruden, our offense will be top 10, if not top 5. Probably in the top 5, I believe. I'll say it, top 5 offense. As long as Carr is healthy, he's got Jon Gruden as his head coach. He'll be in the top 5 offense. Worst case scenario, top 10. Will be nothing like how bad it was this year. So, yeah, I'm interested to find out what happens. I'm excited. Raider Nation, get excited. Because we just got our head coach. You know, we're not going to need another head coach until Gruden doesn't want to coach anymore. I believe that. With all my heart, call me crazy. I'm excited. I feel like I just won the Super Bowl by getting Jon Gruden. And he's going to give us some Super Bowls. People go ahead and laugh. Once Brady retires, that's the next best tandem, I think. You know, Gruden and Carr. You know, tell me what other head coaches out there. Roethlisberger's getting towards the end of his career, and then they're going to need a quarterback. You know, Patriots are going to be nothing once Brady retires. You know, and the future's bright. Expecting the Raiders to be the class of the AFC once they get going. So, I'm not saying instant Super Bowl this year, but I'm going to say we at least win the division, get to the AFC Championship game. That's my prediction.